Hello and welcome to day 6 of our 7-day introduction to yoga course. I hope by now you're really starting to feel and see the benefits that yoga can have on our lives, and also starting to see and feel how we can establish a practice into our lives. It can take a little bit of time and it can take a little bit of practice. You'd be gentle with yourself. It's okay just to start off small and build up. In fact, it's encouraged as it makes it more manageable. And as I mentioned, having a consistent, committed, regular practice where we're going to really see the benefits of yoga. So today we're going to move through the asanas that we've covered throughout the course. We're also going to do this tomorrow in our live class at 10 a.m, which I'm really excited to see and having a chat with you guys. So today we're just going to recap from the standing through to the seated and then down onto the floor in the laying down position. So today we're going to start in a seated position, however you feel comfortable, whether that's on the knees, seated with crossed legs, straight legs, it's entirely up to you. So let's begin by finding our seat. Just make any adjustments here, and let's try and, if we can, keep the spine as straight as possible. So just help the spine by bringing up the chest. You can have your eyes closed or your gaze soft, however is comfortable for you. And let's find our breath. Just find the inhale and the exhale. And every exhalation is letting go of our day. Relaxing tension in the body, relax the shoulders. Relax the face. And allow your breath to become regular and natural. This is your time and this is your space. Give yourself the permission to practice. And if the outside world comes to distract you, just simply notice your reaction and return to your practice, giving yourself the time to practice. And on your next inhale, blinking open the eyes, and we're going to extend the hands out parallel to the floor, horizontal, stretching through the fingers with a nice straight spine. I just want you to stretch through the fingers and just feel the gentle stretch into the biceps and also the opening of the deltoids to shoulder joints. And gently, let's bring the right palm to the left knee. The left hand comes behind. As we exhale, draw the torso round into a twist, very gently to start with. Inhale back up. Exhale round. Inhale up. Exhale round. A few times here with your natural breath. And inhale back to parallel. Let's take the right palm towards the ceiling. Take your gaze over. As you exhale, roll the right thumb down towards the floor as the left thumb rolls round so the palm faces the ceiling. With the rhythm of your breathing, move between the hands with your gaze Inhale, exhale, round. Just feeling into the body. How do you feel this morning? And the palms come down. Exhale the hands into the center. Bring the palms and fingertips together. Exhale completely. On the inhale, draw the hands up above the head. Press the hands together to draw the shoulder blades down. Active in the hands, but we're not pressing too hard. Just a slight press to draw the shoulders down. Nice straight spine, the belly drawn in. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Take them in front and gently, however you are, we're going to come to a kneeling position. So either taking the legs behind, coming over the knees, whatever is comfortable. So lifting out your pose with the hands in front, coming to a kneeling position. Very good. Now with your hands underneath your shoulders, your fingers spread your knees underneath your hips. Press the hands down into the mat. Inhale, draw your eyes, chin and chest through. Tilting the tailbone for cat-cow stretch, just gently warming into the spine. Exhale, push the arms, the hands into the floor, arching the upper back with a tuck to the pelvis. Inhale through. Exhale back. Just allow the body to open, to move. Move gently with awareness. And the next inhale, coming to center. We're going to exhale, bring the gaze round to look to the left hip, just opening the right side. As we breathe, take your gaze round to the right hip, opening the left. Just like a cat-cow stretch, time the movement with your breathing, just loosening off into the thoracic spine. This is a beautiful stretch for the morning. To take out some of the compression in the body from our sleep. Just allows the energy to begin to flow. And exhale to center. Very good. Now just tucking the toes underneath the heels, we're gently going to warm the ankles and wrists. Now if it feels comfortable, gently just going to press back into the heels just to feel that stretch to the foot. And then gently we're going to come over the wrists, but only come as much as comfortable for you. There's no pressure to come deep into the stretch here. Just have a very gentle back and forth rhythm, just to find a little bit of movement to the joints, a little bit of stretch to the feet and the forearms. Breathe. And relaxing here. Untuck the toes. You can give the wrist a little roll here as well, just to help loosen off. Take the right hand down, left hand comes up, nice roll to the left wrist. And however feels comfortable for you, we're going to come to a standing position. So you can take the left leg underneath, use your hand for support, bring your right leg through, with control, pressing strongly out into a standing position. Now here, feel free just to give the legs a little bit of a shake, especially into the knees if you've been sitting down on the knees, a little roll to the hips and the ankles. It's always good just to loosen off. Very good. Shaking the hands. And then joining me in our first standing pose, mountain, Tadasana. Toes together or hips width apart, it's entirely up to you. Keep the heels apart and a slight screw to the heels to activate the legs, keeping the knees outwards. Squeeze the glutes to bring the pelvis forward and draw the belly in. Press through the feet. You're going to feel the body lengthen as you active into the legs. The shoulders come up and back. Gently down, palms facing forward, your gaze is soft. Breathe. Now lengthen through the spine. A few more breaths here. And exhale, release your efforts. Very good. Now we're going to try a new pose actually here for the first time in our sequence. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the left leg around the right and just tap it, the balls of the foot, just to the side, so the leg is around. So we're balancing mainly on the right leg. There's a slight micro bend to the right leg, but we have a little bit of support to the left foot as well. I want you then to take the hands parallel to the floor, horizontal to the body. And what we're going to do, we're going to draw the left hand all the way around underneath the right, and we're going to keep the back of the palms together. Lifting your elbows up and forward, slightly bend the right leg and keep your gaze right through your hands. If you look too closely at your fingers, you may lose balance, so keep your gaze completely through the hands. The hands won't be in focus if you're looking behind them. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands, take them out horizontal. Lift out the right leg, take the left leg across. Ground into the left leg, slight micro bend, feel through the feet. And take the right leg across. Support the left leg, slight micro bend to the left knee. As we draw the right hand underneath, just bringing the backs of the palms to touch. Shoulders up and back, forward slightly. Slight micro bend and your gaze is through the hands. Breathe. And exhale, release. The hands horizontal, press through the left foot, take the right leg, hips width apart, give yourself a shake. Very good. Now I'd just like you to stand at the edge of your mat, facing the side. And then we're going to take a wider stance. So take a wider stance, and what we're going to do here is turn the left foot so it's facing forward to the edge of the mat. And this back leg, about a 5 to 10 degree inward tilt. We're going to keep the heels behind each other if we can. A slight micro bend to this front leg. When we're ready, open up the hips, open up the chest parallel. Make sure that the knee stays going forward. So as you open the hips, if your knee turns over that central line, knock the knee back so that the hips close if they have to. Inhale, the hands parallel to the floor. Take your gaze to the left finger. The hands behind each other. Breathing into this pose. And on your next exhale, slowly take the left knee just a little bit forward so it comes over the left ankle. Now, if there's any discomfort in the knee whatsoever, then bring yourself back to the original position. But we're going to have a gentle warrior here. Breathe. Inhale, pressing through that left leg. Bring the hands down to the hips. Now shuffle your left foot forward once again so it's parallel with the right. And then we're going to take the right foot forward and shift that left foot 5 to 10 degrees. Slight micro bend to this front leg. Open the hips and the body, and the arms come up horizontal. Take your gaze to the right finger this time. A few breaths here. And on your next exhale, slowly bringing the right knee over the ankle if it's in your practice today. But take your time, take it steady, and listen to the body. And inhale, pressing through. Hands to the hips, rolling on the heel. Very good. From this position, with a nice, I have a very sticky mat today. From this position, we're going to tilt the pelvis and bring the body over for a forward fold. Keep the chest going forward, keep the hips coming backwards. Just bring the palms of the hands down to the shin bones and see if you can lengthen through the spine by bringing the crown forward and shifting the hips backwards. You have to have a slight micro bend here to keep a nice tilt to the pelvis. Feel absolutely free. Breathe. The shoulders drawn back to keep that spine nice and straight. And bring your hands to the hips. Inhale, lifting forward, pressing through the right leg, coming back to the top of your mat. Very good. Giving them legs a bit of a shake. And just joining me at the front of your mat. We're going to inhale, take the arms all the way up. As we exhale, bring the hands into the center, tilt the pelvis. Bring the chest forward for a forward fold, bend the knees if we're tight in the hamstrings, and allow the hands to plug into the floor, into your mat. We're going to take the right leg back, followed by the left leg, and we're going to hold a plank here. So make sure that the hands are underneath the shoulders, fingers are spread, the glutes are squeezed and the belly's drawn in, creating a nice straight line from the shoulders down to the heels. Make sure that the heels are above the toes, so not too far back, not too far forward. The whole body is active in this pose, and your gaze slightly in front of your mat. Don't keep your gaze forward and put compression to the neck. Relaxed neck. Breathe. And exhale, slowly bringing your knees down into the mat. And from this position, we're just going to walk the hands backwards so that the bum comes towards the heels, untuck the toes and shuffle forward. As we bring the bum down, walk our hands forward now, drawing the belly over the thighs. As we come into child's pose, bringing the forehead down to the mat and the arms to the side of the body. Now again, if your forehead isn't meeting the mat, it's a little uncomfortable, bring your forearms here, rest your head upon your arms, and breathe. Just being aware of the sensations of the body, where you're at. And on the next inhale, drawing yourself out, taking your time. Very good. Very good. And we're just going to come in the Sphinx pose here, our little back bend for working ourselves down into the floor. Just walking the hands forward. Coming into a prone position, however feels comfortable for you. I'm going to draw the elbows back so the hands are underneath the shoulders, just in front. And we're going to allow the forearms to come down, forehead into the mat. And with nice active hands into the mat, creating that gentle pull back to draw the body forward. Point into the toes, so you activate the legs slightly with a gentle activation to the glutes. I want you to draw the hands back and inhale, lift up the eyes, chin and chest, pushing into the elbows and drawing your chest forward. Breathe. and exhaling the head down into the mat. Very good. Now we're taking your left arm up slightly, take your right arm underneath, and we are gently going to roll over into a laying down position. Very good. Now again, making sure your neck is nice and in line. So if you have any bobbles, they are untucked and the hair isn't underneath the shoulder. Very good. And from this position, we're going to draw the heels up towards the fingertips. Feet are facing forward, hips width apart. Going to come into bridge pose here, Setu Bandhasana. And we can tuck the pelvis underneath, activate the glutes. Inhale, lift by pressing into the heels, bring the pelvis and the chest up. Bringing your chest towards your chin, but the chin looking towards the ceiling. Create a little bit of space between the chest and chin. Nice neutral neck here. Support into the heels. Very good, breathe. Really keeping active in the glutes. If you try and draw your knees forward, activating the quadriceps, you're going to feel that strong lift through the front of the body. A few more breaths here. And exhale, drawing the lower back slowly into the mat, in the glutes. And let's take those heels down as we work ourselves into Savasana, final relaxation. Keep the feet hips width apart, the palms facing up, and just make any final adjustments here. Just the neck, the back. Just allow it to be comfortable laying upon the floor. Just find your breath and just breathe. All you have to do here is let go. Allow your feet to completely relax. Allow your shins, calves, knees, upper legs and hips just to completely relax into your mat. Your abdomen, lower back and waist, your spine, upper back and chest, all completely relaxing down, letting go. As your fingers, hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, biceps and triceps completely let go. Relax your shoulders, your neck, the back of your head, crown of your head and your entire face. Allow the whole body to relax. And just allow your experience just to be. However, whatever you feel, think, sense. Allowing that to be exactly as it is. Shavasana brings our practice full circle. It gives us the space to take our practice then a little deeper into pranayama practices and meditation. So slowly begin to bring movement to your fingers and toes. And when it feels good for you, stretching your arms above the head and feet together. Just stretch out your practice. And rolling to a side, pressing through the hand, and however feels comfortable for you, coming into a seated position. Taking your time in this position, allow your eyes to close and just find your breath. Keeping the spine nice and straight. Making any final adjustments, it doesn't matter how you're sitting. Just keep the spine as straight as possible and in a comfortable place. Now I'd like you just to spend 5 or 10 minutes just breathing and just noticing what comes in and goes out. Just see how you react. See if you can notice the many levels of your experience. There's no right or wrong. It doesn't matter if you can stay aware. There's no pressure. Just breathe. Just be in your experience. I'm going to leave this practice here for you to continue to breathe. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, 10 a.m. Say namaste. Remain with your breath. Remain with yourself.